Photographing waterfowl in early spring is one of the most intriguing things I know. Arriving on a location in the dark of nights, robins and redwings singing, tawny all hooting, the wet ground smells of spring. There is excitement in the air. You can give tips on shooting and preparation, but every shoot is a unique event. My focus here is on video, but many things apply to photography too. Approaching waterfowl resting on a flooded river is difficult and timing is important. That's why I do it so rarely. But how to approach the birds? I think I found a way. The float must not be too wide, but just small enough to get close enough to the birds. On the other hand, the session must not be delayed too long. When the ice melts on the nearby lakes, the birds will spread out and life on the flood will quiet down. The best location is the one where you can get there quickly, every day, to check out the situation. I was lucky this year that on my own patch there were plenty of waterfowl this year. Waiting for the right time, I set out to make some recordings. This time, things went in reverse order. If I could get good recordings, I could concentrate only on filming and complete the soundscape with a shotgun microphone on my camera. I decided to try shooting with a tent with a seat. I assumed I would have to go all the way to the waterline, so I took rubber boots and just a small camera bag, which I put in a waterproof bag. I also took one accessory bag, but that was too much. The amount of stuff should be kept to an absolute minimum. However, I didn't have to take the tent all the way to the water. The secret was a moose walk. I learned to walk with the tent. When I reached the edge of the flooded woods in the dark, I walked slowly and proudly like a moose. It worked. I managed to sneak relatively close to the birds. I estimated suitable time for the session. There was one problem left: the weather. It was hard to predict. At first it looked good, but then fog began to gather in the valley. Could the fog be a good thing? At least the background started to look nice. Whooper swans had arrived during the night. The nesting pair gradually began to show what they thought about it. It's been beautiful morning with a fog. I like when the footage is soft. There was no ripple in the air. I decided to try shooting with a 400mm and 2x extender. The image looked good, but it was worth keeping the autofocus on single point focus or focus manually. Often fog and mist look good when photographed against the light. In general, when shooting video, it's best to go for the backlighting. But I had no choice. There was practically only one way to get to the flood. I got to shoot in my own privacy. The fog kept people at home on Sunday morning, and I got to enjoy the spring morning. But I still had to get out of the flood. This Stealth Gear one-man chair hide is one of the most affordable on the market. It costs around 150 euros. I have had this for over 10 years now. I always have it with me in the car. I find it quite suitable for photographing birds of prey in open field, for example, or at the bird feeder with a little bit more shy species. It could also be good for photographing woodpeckers near the nest, for example. A version of 2 chairs is also available. I've also used this model for bird watching. If there's a cold wind and I'm in the open area, I can raise the roof halfway up. And if it's raining, it gives me shelter. The hide has photo opening and a mosquito net that can be adjusted. There are also windows on the sides of the chair. You can also shoot with another camera from below, if you have a ground board, for example. The zipper is not the best though. Remember that the humidity and ripples and waves in the air are easier to see on video if you shoot from low angle.